property? Hi, I'm asking you if this is your property.
Why are you asking?
Because it's private property.
Because it's private property,
So,
sir.
are you defacing private property, or is this your building? You're free to express your opinions, but not on people's property.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Just respectfully.
Sure.
So we're just saying, absolutely, your signs and everything, and that's good. This is not the way to do it.
Okay.
It's private property.
But if I did live here and it was my property, this would be absolutely fine.
Totally.
And you don't know if I live here or if this is my property.
We actually do know. That's why we're asking.
Oh, really? Because you live here, right? You
No,
said so.
because we know the person who does live here.
Oh, okay.
So
Then
that's all
I
we
suggest
wanted
you
to
call
ask.
him
I'm not
or
disagreeing with
call the
you.
police.
I don't
Or
wanna call the police.
because
Do you
you're
want me
accusing me
to?
of a crime, correct?
What I'm asking you is why are you
And I'm
doing
not
this?
answering you.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So your choices are to call the cops if you believe I'm calling a crime, and I will more than be happy to talk to him.
Okay, thank you.
What's your name again?
I'm Lisa.
Lisa, what's your last name?
What is your name?
What's your name? I asked
I'm
first,
not
Lisa.
committing a crime,
What's your name,
sir.
sir? What's your last name, sir?
What is your first name, sir?
I'm not answering. I'm not talking to you. You're talking to me. I'm asking you the questions.
Well, we're not doing anything illegal.
Neither am I.
Actually,
you
you
are
are.
actually.
Really?
Property.
Oh, okay. Well, then call the cops.
Thank you. We will do so.
Lisa and Robert.
Yeah.
I'll be right here.
Okay, thank you. So
Bye. And that, people, is why Black Lives Matter. That's Karen, and she's calling the cops. And this is going to be really funny. Because she knows the people who live here. Personally.
So, Lisa Alexander, as you see in the videotape here, has just become the newest quote-unquote Karen. And if you don't know, Karens are basically people who can't mind their own damn business and find it necessary to try to use quote-unquote white privilege against people. Basically, these people, they come around nosing into your business, and then if you get uppity with them, that's their word, uppity, then what they want to do is they try to phone the police like they're ordering goddamn customer service. Whether you're Professor Henry Louis Gates, who got the cops called on him when he was trying to get into his own house, or you're this guy right here who's got somebody telling you what you can and can't do on your property, I don't think these people seem to understand. This is not Homeowners Alliance, and you people are not, Neighborhood Watch. So me personally, at this point, as a concealed carrier in the great state of New York, I've adopted the Waka Flocka protocol with these people. It's like, I'm not talking to you, I'm not arguing with you, I'm just busting at you. Because Ahmaud Arbery, he wasn't armed when he was walking around, and you see where that got him. So my thing is, I'm not playing that game. If you make the mistake of getting into my business, you better hope to God the cops can get to you just in time to help you, and you better pray to God, because my thing is, I'm not talking, I'm just busting at you, I'm not talking. It's like I had enough with the talk. It's like, I'm not bothering you, but you start bothering me, and you threatening me and this, that, and other. God help you. That's all I can say, because, you can't say anything that could be used in a court of law against you and whatnot. So anyway, this new person, Lisa Alexander, was CEO of LaFace Skincare. So you could tell she's probably one of these uppity liberal snobs, and she was featured in Birchbox, and that's a brand that immediately cut ties with her as soon as they heard this story. I don't understand how stupid these people are. Whether you agree with Black Lives Matter or not, the smartest thing you can do, especially if you're in the corporate world, is keep your goddamn mouth shut. See, what these people don't seem to understand is the Republicans were always pro-privatization. But what you got to understand is private corporation, they don't give a goddamn about free speech. And the First Amendment does not apply to corporations. The First Amendment applies to Congress. Congress cannot censor you. The government cannot censor you. The Supreme Court cannot censor you. The presidency cannot censor you. Those are the upper levels of government, the executive, judicial, and legislative branch. Those are the only people the First Amendment applies to. If you're a member of a corporation and you open your mouths against this movement, and I'm just giving you a fair warning because you people just don't get it. And I'll tell you this. the brother who was being harassed in this video, I gotta give him props because he handled the situation with, oh, okay, yeah, whatever, and call the cops, just like the last guy who was in the dog park, and just like the woman who called the cops on this Russian hacker who I don't even know what her name was. These people, I have to give them their props. They handled the situation non-violently, wherein my automatic reflex would have been to handle it as violently as possible. But I got to give these people props. They handled it non-violently. You know, some of them counter-call the cops because, like, I don't know if you remember how kindergarten was. They say, yeah, if somebody does something to you, if you tell the teacher first, you're the one who wins. You know, it's ridiculous. These people are purposefully antagonizing others. They're overstepping their boundaries. You ain't no goddamn neighborhood watch. If you think that there's something wrong, call the police. You ain't neighborhood watch. I don't know how many times I gotta tell you. And the thing about it is, if you come after... And it's funny because they always pick on people who are like middle class, you know, upwardly mobile people. They don't pick on the real thugs. Because, see, the real thugs will turn at you and bust on you. They're not playing that game. The real thugs, you look at them. See, if and I know Fox News, they're posting photos of his Facebook and everything. And they post photos and shit. Oh, they're trying to show he has a negative past and he fought a lot of people in school. But, what's that kid's name? The kid that George Zimmerman killed, I don't know why the name just suddenly escaped me, but here's the thing: if he was a real thug, George Zimmerman would have had his goddamn head blown off. Real thugs ain't talking to you. They bust on the cops. They're not thinking about you. And you up there messing with them, trying to ruin their day, and you up there trying to call the police like you ordering goddamn customer service, like you think you the Godfather, and you phoning in a hit. You keep messing with these people, and what you get is what's happening right now. You get these riots, and you get these protests, and you get nation states like Chaz being erected out of nothing. Leave these people alone. What was his name? Trayvon Martin? I don't know. Why can't I think of his name? Trayvon Martin. And to see, George Zimmerman is so lucky because he picked on an innocent kid. Leave it to Fox and the right wing to try to go and soil his head. Oh, yeah, he smoked marijuana. How many people you know smoke marijuana? Me personally, I could raise my hand to God. I've never smoked marijuana. Now, when I was in Denver, Colorado, I had a couple of those chocolates that had some, CBD or whatever infusion. But I never ever smoked marijuana. And one time I had a cop try to lie on me and say he smelled marijuana in my car, which was bullshit because first of all, I don't let people eat in my car. So I damn sure ain't smoking nothing in my car because I want my car to smell OEM fresh. But my bottom line is this. If you were really picking on these thugged out, if you pick on the real thugs, they gonna turn and they gonna blow you away, and nobody gonna be able to help you then. So you should just mind your goddamn business. Leave these people alone. And then, let's say you do get the upper hand, you call the cops, and then something happens between them and the cops. Now you got another protest or another riot on your hand. It's easier for you to just mind your business. If they're not stealing something of yours, or you don't know what they're doing, just leave them alone. This guy was spray painting or stenciling on his own property. I would never put stuff on my property. I don't want you to know who I support for the presidency. I don't want you to know where my house is. I don't want you to know bumper stickers on my car. I don't want you to know what sports teams I care about. I don't want you to know nothing because you never know with these triggered snowflake idiots nowadays. They might see New York Knicks on your bumper and they decide to kick your bumper and then now you got a scuff on your bumper. I don't need that. So my thing is, I just stay low key. But there's so many people who feel that they gotta wear their political ideologies on their sleeves, and then there's other people who feel that they got to try to intimidate other people. It's like, live and let live. Mind your goddamn business. So now this woman went from this smugness going up to this brother and bothering him. She went from being smug to losing her sponsors. Again, corporations don't have free speech. Corporations upsell their own ideologies. Like if I work for Apple, they are not going to let me walk into Apple wearing a Microsoft shirt. It's not going to happen. If I work for Microsoft, they're not going to let me walk up in Microsoft wearing an Apple shirt. There's no free speech with a corporation. Now, you Republicans, oh yeah, we should privatize everything. Well, guess what? Now you're finding out what happens when you privatize everything. Now you're finding out that the First Amendment does not apply to YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. Now you finding out that when you get what you wish for, that now you're losing your rights to talk on the internet, because now all of the internet is owned by these mega corporations, these multi-million and billion-dollar mega corporations. They own everything. This is basically fascism, corporate fascism. That's what this basically is. Thing about it is the Constitution of the United States of America absolutely supports what's going on. If I own YouTube, you're not posting your bullshit on my servers, my hard drives, my computer. I own YouTube. So if I say I don't like what you're posting, I can delete it instantaneously. This is not a public utility. This is my computer, my server, whatever it is. It's mine. You cannot at all try to force me to let you post your gun videos and post your anti-Michelle Obama claiming that she's a man, and your anti-Obama hate and your anti-Eric Holder Fast and Furious. Nobody even knows what the hell that shit was about. Bottom line is, you ain't posting on my server. It's just like when people are posting negative comments and trolling, I delete you and ban you. It's just that simple. I don't have to tolerate that free speech. I don't have to tolerate it because I'm not the Congress. I'm not the Supreme Court. I'm not the executive branch. See, you know what the problem is? Public schools don't teach civics. Y'all have no idea what the law is because you didn't learn it in school. When you came to school, I bet all of you're sitting on your cell phones and you're staring down. The teacher's trying to teach, and you're busy on your phone, staring down, talking to your girlfriend, text messaging back and forth, not paying any attention to what the teacher's saying. You have no excuse. I can go on YouTube right now and read the whole damn U.S. Constitution. I can go on Wikipedia. You can do that right now, but you're busy listening to this video right now and watching your favorite YouTubers talk about nonsense like BMW cars and boring Toyotas and stuff. That's what you're doing. You could be learning the law right now, autodidactically. You're not even bothering to do that. School didn't teach you civics. You're not taking it upon yourself to learn. So every time something happens, now you have no idea what your recourse is. It's like when I hear you people trying to quote laws to the police as they're about to arrest you. Oh, you can't arrest me. And the cop's like, yeah, I can. And you're like, oh, you can't arrest me. And then the cop's like, okay, you know what? I'm pulling out my taser. I ain't talking to you no more. I'm tasing you and I'm going to throw you into this car. And unless that gets caught on video, most likely there's not going to be any George Floyd protest for you. There's not going to be any George Floyd riot for you. There's not going to be any Chaz nation states formed because of your memory. It's not going to happen. You're just going to get electrified and then tossed in the backseat of a car. Learn the law. These people who don't understand the law, and on top of that, they don't understand the direction that society is going right now. Understand something. I don't care how you feel about it. The fact is, Black Lives Matter, after that Floyd videotape, and after Breonna Taylor, and after Trayvon Martin, Black Lives Matter is a legit political party. I don't care what you think about it. You could say I'm wrong. It doesn't really matter because I don't have to entertain your arguments because I don't tolerate sea lions with these passive-aggressive trolling attempts. I'm not tolerating it. So the bottom line is, whether you believe it or not, you've got two choices. You can either speak up against it and risk losing everything you have, including all your corporate sponsors and whatnot, or you can just keep your mouth shut and let it play its course. So listen, you got free speech to get up there outside and protest anti-Black Lives Matter protests, but you will be labeled a racist and nobody will associate with you. That's the reason why I like free market capitalism. You know, a lot of people don't understand my political points of view. I am a Republican. I believe in free market capitalism. I am not pro-Trump. I am not represented by these morons who are currently in Congress like Lindsey Graham and these people. I'm not represented. Those people do not represent me. I am, however, I consider myself a Republican. I'm a registered Republican, but I'm anti-Trump Republican. I'm not sure what they call them. I think they said never Trumpers or something like that. But the thing about it is, I also didn't like Hillary. So the problem was, you left me no choice. This time around, I'm supporting Biden. I believe Biden's going to destroy Trump because people have had enough of the nonsense and the government mismanagement. Because what Trump does is he likes to give everybody these temporary assignments and make them interim acting. So this way they have to literally ask his permission before they can even take a shit. That is, in and of itself, poor management of my government because I pay taxes. And unlike a lot of you, I didn't get a Trump welfare check. So the simple fact of the matter is, I pay my taxes on time. Unlike most of you who are not even going to make your mortgage payment or your car payment or your credit card payment, I pay my stuff on time and I didn't benefit from any welfare checks. So I'm the most outspoken Republican probably on YouTube right now, but I'm the most ignored simply because of the color of my skin. The thing about it is all that's changing right now. So the bottom line is this: either you keep your mouth shut or you run the risk of your corporate sponsors turning on you. And I had to explain this to ZZ Outlaw SS or SS Outlaw ZZ. I don't remember because when you put these letters in front and the end of your name, I forget. It's not a simple name to remember. Nike respects my dollar more than his. And he got mad because he's talking about Black Lives Matter. And I was like, listen, you got every right to talk about it, but understand something. Corporations don't give a goddamn what you think. Corporations are interested in profit. Nike was $70 before Colin Kaepernick started his protesting. Nike, what is Nike right now? Let me look that up. What is Nike? I like to give an accurate quote. Nike is $96.43 right now, and that's down from $102 last week. They don't respect your dollar if they know that they can't get any money out of you. That's the bottom line. It's like gun dealers aren't trying to go into liberal states and sell guns. They're not trying to do it because they know these people don't buy guns like the conservative states do. So they don't care what the liberals think. They just want to sell their guns. Nike knows that the average buyer looks like me. Range Rover and Land Rover know that the average person who looks like me when I walk into that store is buying a Range Rover because I want to show off. And I would never, me personally, I don't like Range Rover because I think they're for posers and I don't like the way they look when they get old, so I would never buy one. I'm just saying, if the corporation respects my dollar, they are going to side. Like when you go online, everybody's putting up their Black Lives Matter banners. Corporations don't protect free speech because they don't have to. They're not Congress. Second of all, if they respect my dollar more than yours and they know that the average buyer is going to look like me, they don't give a goddamn what you think. So you can get your guns and go protest in front of a Capitol and threaten to lynch the governor or whatever. You can do that if you want and the law allows you to. But the simple fact is, as far as these situations go, mind your own business. And it's just that simple.